Alrighty, welcome to me. Welcome to Late at Night with Kyle Carrier. I'm unfortunately Kyle Carrier. What are we talking about today? I guess the Ukraine thing. Okay, I'm gonna make one last video about the Ukraine situation. It's just ridiculous, and I got some things that I feel like I should point out to some people, and then I just got some things that I want to show you that I think are pretty crazy. But anyways, after this, I'm gonna be done posting about Ukraine. Okay, and I mean that's probably not true. But, something drastic is going to have to happen for me to want to feel like I want to report on it again. But yeah, I do have a few things I want to say, though. The first thing, I want to address this whole crisis in the city of Mariupol, however you say it. I don't know, dude. But so something about this whole war that I feel like people haven't thought about is the severity of it. Think about the first nuclear bomb that was ever used was by America, right? We dropped it on Hiroshima or Nagasaki or whatever those places. And the first one that we dropped killed like 70,000 people. Okay, so one of the worst things ever, a nuclear bomb, killed about 70,000 people. Okay, and the second one that we dropped killed about 120,000 people. Okay, just the worst things ever, pretty much. But so think about this. The reason I looked into this is because Vladimir Zelensky said that there's so much chaos going all across Ukraine that people don't even realize how nuts it is. And he said, for instance, the city of Mariupol has been just totally leveled. Like, it's pretty much like 98% destroyed. Like, the buildings that are there are hollowed out and there's ash. It's like there's nothing in that city but fucking just rubble and ash now, you know what I mean? And people walking around, like maybe some scragglers or survivors. But the whole thing has been bombed. Like, that whole city has been just fucked up. And that's not the only city that's been, like, literally erased from the map. But, so, he was saying about how just the city of Mariupol being erased is a tragedy that's going to be remembered for decades and generations and generations. And so I was like, yeah, I feel like this whole thing is going to be remembered for generations and generations. But then I kind of like, his words kind of hit me. He said just this town, if the war was just this town, and nothing else in Ukraine happened, but just this town, it would be something that's so terrible it'd be remembered for hundreds and hundreds of years. Except for this is just one place in the whole country. And so I started to think about that. I was like, interesting. Because I've seen, like, the drone footage, and yeah, it looks like a fucked up place. And I was like, oh, God, okay. But I didn't realize the severity of the situation until I went Googling. I started reading between the lines, doing some investigating a little further beyond what you hear on the news. Because I wanted to know, like, how big of a town they erased, you know what I mean? So I was Googling around. Yeah, the moral of the story is I realized that it is not a small city at all. It's literally not. Matter of fact, it's almost 3 times bigger than the city that I live in. Okay, I live in Tacoma, Washington, okay? Which seems like a huge fucking city. It seems huge. It seems giant. Like, it seems just about as big as a city should ever be. You know what I mean? It's so big, it has subsections like Lakewood, University Place, Fircrest, Ruston. It has like 17 different locations, but it's all just really Tacoma. It takes about 30 minutes if you're on the freeway hauling ass about 80 miles an hour to get from one end to the other. About 30 minutes, you know? It's a giant city. I feel like bombs could drop all over this city and you wouldn't even fucking realize the city's being bombed in certain places because the city is fucking huge. I'm trying to give you perspective for people that don't live in Tacoma. It's fucking huge. It's giant. It's ridiculous. You could never throw a stone from one end to the other. It's like a giant fucking place, you know what I mean? It's not just a town. It's like a city, but it just goes on further than the eye can see, and further than that, and further than that, and further than that. And it's just a populated, crazy-ass fucking city. And it's like people could live in this city their whole lives. Like, my dad's lived in this city pretty much his whole adult life. This coworker of mine, Jeff, has lived here his whole adult life. But they never met. They go to the same bars and everything, fucking. They're the same age, but they've never met. That's how big of a fucking city it is. You know what I mean? You'll never meet everybody in this city. It's such a giant clusterfuck. It's like you could try to meet everybody in this city in your lifetime, and you couldn't even do it. That's how big of a city it is, okay? And Mariupol, the city that Russia leveled, is literally 3 times bigger than Tacoma. You know how I said the nuclear bomb, the first one that we dropped, killed 70,000 people? They think that there is 100,000 people still stuck just in Mariupol. Remember the city that's been leveled? It's like, oh, that city's been leveled. They're like, oh, how many people died? Oh, dude, fuck if I know. But the city is leveled. We haven't gone around counting bodies. It hasn't even been a month, but the city is leveled. So I can only imagine. And there's still bombing, so we can't really go around just counting. We can't go digging through the rubble. And even if we could, it takes like months to go through rubble. Another little side tangent. I don't know if any of you remember this, but a little bit ago, a building fell over in Florida, right? In the middle of the night, a condo building collapsed because of the frickin' shift, because it was next to the ocean and some sand shifted, or fuck if I know. But the building fell over in the middle of the night. And everybody was like, oh my fuck. And people are like, oh, was there anybody in there? They're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, the building was full. They're like, oh, are people dead? They're like, yeah, dude, the building's gone. Yeah, it was full of people and it fell over. So I would imagine, they're like, oh, well, how many people died? They're like, bro, we don't know. Okay, it just fell over. There's probably still people alive in there that we got to rescue. It was this whole thing. And you know what? It took about like a month. If I remember correctly, it took a month for them to dig through the fucking wreckage and find out how many people really died. I remember a week after that building fell, they were like, oh, 7 people are dead. Except for the building was full. It's like 20 stories filled with people. And they only found 7 people. So yeah, every day they would start digging more and more people out of the rubble. So you know what that tells me? It tells me that when a building falls over, or if it gets bombed, or any way that a building falls over, it takes a while to find out how many people died in that building. You know what I mean? It took a month for them to go through one condo building in Florida. They stopped everything that they were doing for like a month straight and just dug through it, taking shifts because they were afraid that people were still stuck in there, so they didn't take any time off. In this place where they're still being bombed, I imagine they're not sifting through the bodies and trying to do all this stuff because they're being bombed. So it's like, think about this. The war's only been going on for a month. They've leveled all of these cities. There's certain cities that just don't exist. Mariupol being one of them, which has 500,000 people in it. Think about that. The nuclear bombs that we dropped, 70,000 people, 120. So that's around 200,000 people in both of those nukings. If Mariupol actually got vaporized, more people died in that city just the other day than when we nuked fucking Japan. And nobody's talking about it. You know why nobody's talking about it? Because, hey, well, it's a fucking giant, fucking huge disaster. And they don't want to say... When they say on the news, 100,000 people still possibly trapped in Mariupol, and then they say, Mariupol has been straight up leveled, constant bombardment, and then they're like, oh, but we evacuated everybody out of the city before they leveled it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I remember that, when they tried to evacuate and then they blocked their exit. So did they evacuate? And it's like, they talk about how a lot of people, like half of them didn't even want to try to leave, because they're like, it's my fucking land. And all of a sudden, now the city's just fucking leveled. I have a feeling they just don't want to say out loud, 100,000 people, probably more, were killed last night. They don't want to say that unless they know for a fact. But think about it. It's going to take so long to find out how many people died in this war. It is. It's going to take a long fucking time to find out how many people died in this war. Just in that town. Just in the city of Mariupol. Because remember, it's fucking redonkulously huge. Even if they leveled Tacoma, that would be insane. Because I compare it to Tacoma. If they leveled Tacoma, like if anybody ever leveled, that would be insane. So to think that that's what happened over there, except for it's even bigger, that's insane. There's like 500,000 people that live there. And now the whole thing is just ashes. They're like, how many people? Oh, fuck if I know. We don't count bodies. We're still running. So who the fuck knows, dude? And that's just the one city, okay? Talk about the other cities that are just gone, okay? The entire country is under attack. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people. They've been just shelling randomly. They don't know how many people died. Like, every time a building or an apartment building falls down, it's like, oh, 3 people were killed. It's like, do you know that for sure, though? Because did you dig through all of it yet? Because I'm pretty sure you haven't had the time to. I'm pretty sure they have no idea how many people are dead when these entire cities are leveled. They're like, oh, everybody got evacuated. Yeah, but you know that for sure? Have you dug through all the houses? Because I'm pretty sure you haven't. And it's a lot worse than we fucking think. Because think about this. They keep saying, oh, yeah, 250,000 people fucking stuck in Mariupol, fucking trying to evacuate, but they can't leave, so they're just taking shelters. The next day, oh, the whole fucking city's been fucking leveled. It's like, oh, at least 100,000 people still trapped in this melting city. Okay, so in less than a month or whatever, the Russians have possibly killed 100,000 people? More than we killed with the first nuclear bomb? They don't have to nuke them to destroy their entire town. They pretty much did nuke this town. They could put 70 fucking of their missiles or one nuke. I mean, it's the same thing. Either way, the town got destroyed. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's so crazy because he says, yeah, just this town. Even if they did just this town, this would be a tragedy. They'd be remembered like the Holocaust, like for just generations and generations, because it's insane. That tells me that he knows what I know. He knows that there's a lot of dead people in there that they're not accounting for. And I bet you anything, they feel way better saying 100,000 people are still trapped in Mariupol instead of 100,000 people were, maybe more, were killed in Mariupol over the past week. You know, they don't want to say that unless they get a confirmed number, but they're never going to get it. But it's just, dude, think about it though, and it's so fucked up. And then this fucking ridiculous ass thing. This is so ridiculous also.
Mr. Sweeney said he has been speaking to locals and
it then circulated on social media. In the deepfake video, a phony President Zelensky tells Ukrainians...
And I just want to say right now that this deepfake is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If that convinced anybody, then they deserve to just die or whatever the fuck happened to them. No, because it's literally just like a picture. He might as well have just like had a soldier do it, but like printed out a picture of Zelensky's face just in really high def and just fucking taped it to the guy's face. Like, it looks such bullshit. I can look at it instantly and I'm like, oh yeah, that's like one of those things where like people are trying to make a porn of some chick like that's famous, and like so they just take her face and mold it onto some body that looks like hers, except for it's obviously not the same thing, it's done terribly. That's this. This isn't even a deepfake. Like, this isn't even, like, this literally isn't even a deepfake. And if it is a deepfake, then they did it so bad that it pretty much isn't even really considered a deepfake, or it would have been more convincing. You know what I mean? It literally just looks like his face doesn't move. He's like, oh, look at his lips though, his lips and his eyes, and oh, look at his face move. It's like, yeah, look at his face move, but notice that his fucking head is locked into place as nothing else moves. Like, it's such a dead giveaway. It's redonkulous. It looks so bad and fake that it's redonkulous. Like, compared to the real one where he actually moves and has all this thing, and he's just like, I swear to God, I am Zelensky. This is me, and my face looks like this. These are my natural movements. It's like, no, but in the real one, he's like reading these things, and he's like looking around like, oh, I'm about to get bombed, and he's like doing all this shit, and he's so animated that that thing is so obviously fake that it's just like, it's just shut the fuck up. It's like, that's so annoying. You really think anybody would ever buy that? Did they really have their best I hope to God they had their fucking best fucking spies, fucking best tech fucking, oh, I'm gonna do this deep fake. It's this new technology where we laser analyze every grid of his face and perfectly match up all these fucking dimensions. Oh, it's gonna be so believable. And then it looks like fucking that. I hope they hired their best motherfuckers and it looks like that, because it's like, dude, it's like, just fucking surrender already. If that's the best you got for your fucking, like, you hired the best fucking, just go home, Russia. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? You really think that's a deepfake? Check this out. The Daily Show did a deepfake that's literally 47 times more believable than the one that they did, and they didn't even fucking try. Watch.
But their weapons to eat fake.
Vladimir Putin. I made boo-boo invading Ukraine, and I just pooped my pants.
You want to know why that's a billion times better? Because you can tell that it is literally Vladimir Putin. It's not even a deep fake. Because it's literally Vladimir Putin. They just replaced his mouth. And they made it look stupid on purpose. If they wanted to make it look believable by just replacing his mouth, they could have done it so well. Ooh, they could have done it so well. And it's so funny because they literally did it a billion times better. Like a badillion, fucking didillion times better. They did it so many times better that it's actually hilarious. That it's borderline, I'm like about to lose my shit because it's so funny. Like, what the fuck? Like, America's so much better than them that it's ridiculous. Because it's like straight up The Daily Show, this fucking comedy news source, makes a more believable deepfake on accident without even trying, just to rag on him than their best motherfucker. Oh, okay, yeah. Russia, go home, though. It's like, what the fuck, you know? It's so Ridiculous. I'm so worked up, but I'm sorry, but it's whatever, dude. God, that guy looks wrecked. This shit is so ridiculous. This motherfucker literally has nothing better to do. I thought this was the funniest thing ever. It's like, there's something fucking wrong with people, I swear. There's something wrong with people. I swear to God. And this is proof right here. Because they're just wandering through a war-torn sound. So they're just wandering through a war-torn city, right? Everything's just fucked up. Everybody's hiding in shelters. There's bombs going off all the time. And then they find this dumb fuck. It's like, what are you on, dude? What is this guy on? Just walking through a war-ravaged city. Everything's all fucked up. Everything's abandoned. And then just the only thing fucking red for miles. It's like, ooh, here's a dude. Not only, oh, here am I. Here's a dumbass. Okay. So it's like everyone's hiding. This whole place is like demolished by war. It's like everybody either has a gun or is hiding. And this guy's just in bright pink red, just standing here. Okay, so cool. Yeah, continue. What are you doing, dude?
I'm with a Frenchman.
I'm with a Frenchman. So you're okay. You're not with anybody, first of all.
Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. This where...
So shut up, first of all. First of all, okay. So literally, look at his outfit. He's got this pendant. He's got this red ass fuck. Like, he's literally just a monk standing in this field. That's what he is. Dude, you're such a fucking NPC. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you're literally such an NPC. Like, what the actual fuck is this guy doing? He's literally just standing there by a table with, like, a book and a feather and, like, a fucking one of those little sound bowls. It's like having a seance. Just standing there in a pink robe in the middle of this field with there's bombs going off around him. Oh, I'm just standing here. See, he's not even doing anything. He's not reading. He's not doing anything. He's like standing there like he's waiting for people to like come by so he can like be like, hey, you registered to vote? But he's just standing there in a field in bright red with nobody around for miles. Everything is in war. Like, what is he just standing there? Like, what are you doing? Like, he's such an NPC. It's like, bro, you know when you're in a video game and you just see these people that are just standing there? And you talk and you walk up to them and they say like this one thing, and like every time you come they're just standing in this one spot, and you're like, oh well, that would never make sense, but it's a video game, so I guess it makes sense that this guy's always just standing here and he always just says this one thing. It's like, bro, that's literally what you're doing. You're literally just standing there like an NPC waiting for somebody to interact with you. But you're so misplaced. And you're so bright. You're the only thing red for miles in the middle of this white fucking battle zone. And he's standing there with his goddamn Ron Burgundy mustache and his fucking stupid little pendant. Like, just such an NPC about it. It's like, who are you? What the fuck is he doing? Like, what the actual fuck is he doing? You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna murder this guy. You know? Except for it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, they're such an NPC that they're like not even really in the game. You can like hit him. Or you can like do your attack, but it like doesn't even fucking interact with him at all. That's gonna be this guy. He's just gonna be standing in this field forever, and people are gonna be trying to bomb him and kill him. But he's just gonna be glitched into this field, standing there. That's probably why he's there in the first place, because he was always just there. But since the world went into chaos, he just glitched, and he's still just standing there. But the rest of the world is like going into chaos, but he's just frozen because he's such an NPC, and he's stuck in this one spot where he's always at, and he didn't fucking fade away like everybody else. But it's just like, bro, what the fuck is he trying to accomplish? And what I have so many questions. And it's like, why is the shaman just... I'm so over it, you know what I mean? He looks like he's like doing his part, too. And it's like, bro, you're literally... Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, straight up, though. Like, God, you can't even pretend you're doing anything. It's like, try to help somebody, right? You're such a shaman, you're so spiritual. Go help somebody, then. Oh, God damn it. He's literally just standing there with, like, his bird and his fucking singing bowl. What the fuck is wrong with people? But speaking of what the fuck is wrong with people, even better, this is what really concerns me. There's just so much weird shit around this fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, that shaman guy threw off my whole mojo. Like, that fucking guy just standing in a field for no reason, just obviously part of a broken simulation, just glitched into existence, standing there like a dumbass. Like, that guy, I'm onto the world now. And then I saw this, and I'm sorry to show this to you. This is gonna be painful to watch. This is gonna be terrible to listen to, and and I don't even want to show this to you because it's such a waste of time and it's so terrible. But I'm gonna show it to you just to show you the state of the world. This is what's happening in the world. This is part of what's wrong with society. I just want to show you that this happened so you can be on the same page as me. Like, oh, so we're fucked. It's like once you watch this, you're going to want to kill yourself, or you're going to be like, oh, so we're so fucked. Like if there is a World War III, we already lost. You're going to want to rip your pubes out and fucking shove them down your eye sockets. You're going to want to fucking literally just commit harry-carry. You're going to want to literally just, it's going to make you want to quit the day. You're just going to want to leave. You'll just walk out of your front door of your own house. You'll just start walking away. And this is super just not good or entertaining or cool. Or I just want to know what the fuck, like, this guy thought that this would do, or like, is he just wasting time, or like, is he just so like mentally fucked up? Does he need to be in a hospital? Is he high on meth? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I actually need to know. And I'm sorry for showing this to you, because it is super annoying and it makes me hate humanity. Like, even if I was such a happy guy and I loved humanity, this by itself would make me just fucking hate everybody. I would all of a sudden just be a cynical fucking old asshole after watching this. But since I'm already such a cynical old asshole, this kind of just like barely affected me. But I know that if I was a nice guy, this would ruin me, because this is such bullshit. It makes me want to fucking rip my own dick off and kill myself with it. At least. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let's watch this fucking monstrosity. If anybody enjoys this, if anybody has the audacity to be like, this guy's so like revolutionary and he made such a statement, yeah, we should never talk. Okay. This guy is smoking rocks. Like, at least. This guy is at least trashed high on rocks. Like, he's at least on 7 things. I swear, you know. Or else he's just like, if he's on nothing, then maybe he should do some stuff. Like, if he's on nothing, then this is a prime example of why you should do drugs. You know what I mean? 'Cause there's something wrong with this guy. Like on a fucking gargantuan, like on a massive scale. There's something wrong with this guy. And I'm sorry I keep building it up. I'm procrastinating playing this because it's so bad and it's so annoying, and I just hate this guy. I don't know who he is or why he did this, but I hate him so much. Here we go.
Proof when I'm in a booth, spitting on the mic. Said the best, bad faces. Put them in the ground, white or brown. And I'm in plain old town. And you know you just got found. I'm a pimp, I'm a blimp. Unless a stack and shrimp. No, you can't stop my shine. I'm number 99. And you know I'm grand and shine. And you know I do it all the time. One more time, I'm teaching class. This is your whole class. Zelensky is a VIP.
High on rocks.
And I go insane. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. You know that is the plan. I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's a smart? Did somebody fire? No way. What can you say? Vaccinate me straight up gay. I love you, and I love to grind and grind all the time. And you got that sanitizer, and you know I got that Pfizer. You know I stick it in my vein. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I go insane, let me antibacterial on my body. At the party, sipping Bacardi. You know the flow. And I am a pimp, 'cause I am on the lamp. It likes a steak and shrimp. One more time, I'm 99. And you know I grind and shine. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir Putin needs to die. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir needs to die. I'm the truth in the booth. Take a picture. I'm a winner. I'ma eat you for dinner, okay?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I just want to say, I love you. We need to take out Vladimir Putin. Like Lindsey Graham said, thank you, Mayor Mons. I appreciate the time. Peace. God bless you all. Prime time sign on Instagram.
And then he shouts out his Instagram at the end of that. To put it mildly, I definitely suffer from just severe crippling depression now. I have given up on ever trying to do anything. I've given up on ever having hope or faith in anybody or anything, especially the government. I've lost all faith in the government. I've lost I don't trust or respect anybody anymore. I all of a sudden just have this disgust for life, and I want to set myself on fire. Like, you know, when those monks set themselves on fire in protest for whatever? Like I see how people do that now. If I set myself on fire and was like, oh my God, this is agonizing, I could just put in headphones and listen to the song, and I could just meditate it out. I'd be like, okay, just feel the burn, melt away. Like, it's not as bad as, like, what you're hearing. But so, I don't know, like, this guy's high on meth. Like, at least. Like, he woke up and he drank a bottle of Robitussin and had a Four Loko with it for breakfast, and then just smoked a bunch of rocks. And then he's like, I have a great fucking idea. I'm gonna go to this fucking, oh, I'm such a, I bet he thought it was so good. And it was literally the worst thing ever. Like, it was literally, like, I don't care if he thinks he had bars, or if he thinks it had flow, or if it was literally, like, I would let Mike Tyson, like, bite my ears off and punch me in the face before listening to this again. I would rather be Holyfield and knocked out than listen to this again. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, or why they didn't just, like, shoot him. Like as soon as this started happening, like, in this meeting, they should have been like, this is like a meeting, and they should have just murdered him. I mean, I know it's a little harsh, but for this kind of stuff, no, it's not hard. He should have been brutally ripped apart by lions in the middle of the fucking day. That wouldn't have even been harsh enough. I mean, he should have gotten some real capital punishment for this performance. He could have waved his dick in circles, screaming, please, like, murder Vladimir Putin. Just waving his dick in circles. And it would have been thousands of times better. It's so bad. I can't even give it any more attention. But I will. Watch this. Because listen.
At the party, sipping Bacardi, antibacterial my body. At the party, sipping Bacardi.
Let me antibacterial my body while sipping Bacardi at the party.
You know the flow, and I am a pimp.
You know the flow, and I am a pimp because I'm on a blimp.
Cause I am on the blimp. Eating lots of steak and
Eating lots of stinking shrimp.
I did not.
Oh my God, I'm 99.
I grind and shine.
Even though I grind and shine.
This is way too high.
Gas prices way. Yeah, I can't even do it. So yeah, give that guy his fucking Golden Globe, or his Emmy, or his fucking gold record, or his something. You know, give him his medallion for worst sounds ever made consecutively while being recorded. Just like, there's Hitler speeches that are way easier to listen to than this, for sure. I would rather listen to a bunch of people queefing into a blender full of babies being murdered. Like, that would be just orgasmic, you know, in comparison to whatever this fucking monstrosity of a whatever. I can't even call it music, because it's this. Not only is it disgraceful and an insult to rap, but I literally will not even refer to it as music. This guy should literally bury himself alive. He should straight up, like, just... He should just quit being a senator, and he should pursue rap, so that he goes flat broke and dies homeless and alone. He should really pursue his dreams of his rap career, so that he dies the brutal death that he deserves for giving the world this performance. He stole this 3 minutes from me. I'm never gonna get it back. It was the worst 3 minutes ever. Like, I would literally, like, have been in agonizing pain, and that's been better than this. This is some psychological torture to where it's so much. And I need to know what was going through this guy's head. Except for it doesn't fucking matter. He's just such an NPC. I just don't even know. That has to be the answer. I'm so over it. I can't even find the words for how pissed off I am at this guy. Like if anything, sure, he distracted us from what's happening in Ukraine. Yeah, maybe that was his goal. You know, I'll at least, you know, save him by giving him that fucking... I know that wasn't his goal, probably, you know. Because he would be a hero in that aspect. Like, oh, I'm going to distract everybody for these 3 minutes, and we won't think about Ukraine for once. But no, that's just me finding solace in this whole situation to make myself feel better. Problems. At least he's not as bad off as that fucking guy that's so alone. They took everything from you. You're alone forever now. So you cry most nights? Yeah, that fucking guy. Poor guy. News anchors are such dicks. Ah, Jesus Christ. They're like, so your whole town got leveled. So everyone you knew and loved. Yeah. So your whole town. Yeah. So you have nowhere to go. So you're just so alone. Yeah. So what's that like? Just having no one. And just having nowhere to go and being so lost and scared and confused. Like, what's it like to have nothing? It's like, Jesus Christ, guys, fuck off. It's like, just let him have nothing in peace, okay? God. You don't have to also give him fucking... God damn it, you know what I mean? And you know what's insane? The Russians are just failing at every fucking turn, it seems. And it's so sad and stupid that they can lose and just still, like, do so much destruction. Because it's like, them coming in to, like, fight as soldiers is failing so bad to where they're just bombing from the outside now. And it was just terrible. It's like, oh, well, we suck at fighting, so we're just going to sit back here and throw a bunch of bombs in there. Which is terrible. You can't really do anything about that, you know? But yeah, they say that, like, a ridiculous amount of Russians have died. And I think that shit's hilarious. There was these volunteer workers that were cleaning up bodies off the battlefield. And this one girl said she was blown away with how many fucking dead Russians they were putting on this train. She's like, yeah, we were filling up these train cars with dead bodies, and then all of a sudden they started coming in piles and piles. And I thought that it was just Ukrainians and Russians, but then I heard that they were all Russians. She's like, and I was blown away. It's just the waves and waves and waves of dead bodies we were piling onto this train to be taken away to mass graves. And I was like, oh God. Yeah, so for you, those of you that don't know, everybody, a bunch of different sources say a bunch of different things, but the consensus is all pretty much the same thing. The world agrees that anywhere from about 7,000 to possibly like 15,000 Russians have been killed in the past month, right? This war's been a month, like yesterday, right? Exactly a month and a day. But it's funny because Russia, like, they say 7,000 dead, possibly up to, they say 20,000 of them are dead, captured, or injured. So there's 20,000 that are unaccounted for somewhere in the world. They say at least 7,000 of those are dead, possibly like 15,000 are right, but they have no idea. Like I said, it's a bunch of madness, and they're not like counting bodies. They don't have time for all that shit because it's madness. Okay, so I guess something that makes this hilarious is, okay, so the Russians lost possibly 7 to 20,000 people in a month, and the United States lost not even 2,000 soldiers in Afghanistan over 20 years. Hilarious to say the least. So Russia's lost at least 7,000 people in a month, and America lost not even 2,000 in 20 years. And you want to know what's hilarious about it? Everybody has these high-ass numbers, like, oh yeah, Russia's lost 7,000 people. These other people are like, oh, I heard they lost about 15,000 people. And then the Russian newspaper itself, like the Russian government, was like, so about 20,000 casualties. And everybody was like, 20,000? Oh my God, that's so much worse than we thought. And then this, I'm not even fucking kidding, this is an actual thing. And then the Russians were like, oh, we got hacked. Which, you know, could be true, could not be true, but it's kind of funny because it's just like, they're like, yeah, 20,000 casualties, and everybody's like, what, 20,000? That's so much more than we thought. We thought 7 was ridiculous. We thought 16 was just ungodly, just redonkulously stupid. Because America only lost 2,000 in 20 years, but you're telling me 20,000? And they're just like, 20,000? No, where'd you get that number? I was just kidding. I was just, I was pulling your leg. That's obviously way too many, right? I didn't say 20,000. You said America lost 2,000 in 20 years? So yeah, we didn't lose 20,000. Yeah, that was a joke. That's obviously way too many, right? And they took it off the website. They were like, we got hacked, bro. Yeah, somebody was, I was writing my regular report on it, and then somebody just hacked into my computer and changed the number of casualties only to 20,000. It was really weird, but yeah, so like you said, about 7,000. Yeah, that sounds more realistic. Not 20,000. That's way too many. So yeah, we would, not 20,000. Is it 20,000? Yeah, and then they've killed like 6 major generals. They're like, oh, it's a giant problem because like if any high-ranking American officials died, it would be like a giant deal. Let alone if 6 of them fucking died in a month. one of these tank videos you see, it's like a line of tanks trying to go into the city, and then they end up just turning around and leaving, and you hear on the freaking thing like, "Oh yeah, our commander just got murdered." Like, we don't even know what to do. I think we're just gonna run away. And so yeah, it's fucked up because the Ukrainians have been like hacking into their fucking like communications, like listening to them, like, "All right, what's their next plan of attack?" And they'll be listening to them, and the Russians are like, "Oh, dude, yeah, it's going terribly. Yeah, we were told to roll into Ukraine, and we were kind of hesitant. We didn't even know why, but we did. And then all of us got shot. Yeah. Commander said that we would have this place in 3 days. It's been 3 weeks. He's dead. We all have frostbite. We're super fucking hungry. Everything's out of gas. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna die. Half of us are dead." And fucking Ukraine's like listening to this fucking tap. They're like, "Oh my god, they're doing so bad," which is hilarious. It's kind of their karma. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, but yeah, super funny. People on the news are fucking huge dicks, though. I thought this was so funny. I thought this was hilarious. This guy's going through the worst shit ever, and then this news anchor guy is just like, "So your life's terrible?" he's like, "Oh, I feel so bad for you. Your life's so bad." I'm just like, God damn it! You don't go roast this guy on live TV when his life's going bad. You know, right here.
9-year-old Elisa, his wife.
So backstory: this guy lost his entire family. Okay. It's like literally the saddest fucking shit ever, you know, for a person, for what a single man can deal with. It's just the worst thing ever, right? It's just like, so his wife, you know, the love of his life, his 2 children, you know, his favorite one and his backup child, his 2 dogs, like literally his entire family. So if anything, he should probably be dead with them, so it's eating him alive a little bit, but we're going to move right past that. So his entire family died, right? But even worse than that, like, just to put a cherry on top of the fucking, just bullshit. Just to put a cherry on top of all the fucking just everything wrong with the world. He found out that his family was dead from a video. From a video on the news. A video on the news was showing a pile of dead bodies. Or something, for whatever the fuck reason. Excuse me. And he recognized his family. He's like, "Yeah, they blurred them out, but I could recognize them by their backpack, by their shoes, by their..." So this guy literally lost his family, but he found out from his family being filmed. So I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, this literally... the saddest, worst shit ever. It is funny because the news anchor that's interviewing him is just like, "This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life." And then he's like, "Anyways, back to you guys." And he passes it back to the fucking people over at the station, and they're just like, "Oh my god. Fucking Dave, how did you just say a story like that and then just pass it back? Just, oh my god, give that guy a hug for me. What the fuck's going on over there?" Like, they literally look so devastated when he's like, his entire family's banished and he's just one of the millions going through this terrible hell-like situation. This has become the Ukraine situation. Back to you, Dave. And they pass it back to them, and they're just like, oh my god. But yeah, so watch this though. Something about this got me. I was just like, god damn it, people need to just fuck off, you know what I mean? Because this guy's going through the worst thing ever, and then they say this to him.
So many others, they decided it was too hidden, he said. Are you more angry or more sad? I'm trying to keep my emotions to myself, he said. I'm angry at Russia, at Putin, and the Russians who keep silent. Sergei will not keep silent. He says their story is all he has left.
He should have literally stopped there. That should have been the end. That shoulda, woulda, coulda just been the end, okay? Because that was perfect, right? If he's just stopped there, that would have been so great. You're like, oh, what else would he possibly have to say? Good fucking question. But, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, because yeah, he's done, right? He wrapped it up, he put a nice little bow. I forgot what he said last, but yeah, he made it all quaint. So, yeah, what was it?
Is all he has
left. Their story is all he has left. So it's a perfect end. You know what I mean? He should have just left it there. And he would have been a good person in my eyes. You know, he would have been fine. But he had to just stab this guy in the back. He had to kick this guy while he was down. And I don't even know if he meant to. But he's such a dick for this. And it's so funny because I don't know if he knows that he's... I don't think that he thinks that this is a dick thing or he wouldn't have said it. But he's just such an ass for what he's about to say. Listen.
Left. Your whole family.
Whole family. Yes.
Your wife, your children, your whole family.
Whole family. Yes.
Your wife, your children, 2 dogs.
Yes.
You have nothing left.
I'm alone.
So you have nothing left. So you cry alone most nights. Oh, so you're never gonna get your family back. Oh, so you're depressed forever then. So you're alone forever then. So you have nothing left. He's just fucking like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, they've already had the whole conversation, and then at the end he's just like, so yeah, wow, it's a lot to take in. Your wife, your kids, both your dogs. I mean, you have nothing. I mean, man, they really took it all from you. You have nothing. I mean, you're so alone. so you just cry yourself to sleep every night, like you're just so alone. It's like, so you have nothing. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. So shut the fuck up. Anyways, fucking, God damn it. Life's a trip. Fucking be safe out there. You know, hopefully the world doesn't crumble. Everybody chill out and be nice. You know, crime's on the rise. Don't do that. You know, just live a normal, peaceful life. You know, don't be a piece of shit, okay? Everybody needs to just calm down. There's been like 7 murders in my town in the past month. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just shut the simmer down. Everybody just calm down. Somebody stole a car and ditched it in my front yard. Like, there's literally been like 70 crimes in my town in the past. It's like, everybody, chill out, okay? It's like, it'll be World War III here in a minute, and then we can do whatever we want. But in the meantime, it's like, we're chilling. Our society's stable. Can you fuck off? Okay? People are just doing their things, living, you know, doing their job, living their life. Can everybody just shut up? Like, just be normal people, okay? Be safe out there. Be normal people. Get high if you want to. Fucking get drunk if you need to. You know, do whatever you need to do to fucking... But just, you know, contain your own shit within yourself. And just don't make it anybody else's business, okay? And if you ever have to go out and shoot somebody, then shoot somebody that is involved in the situation for why you're shooting somebody, okay? Don't just go out and shoot somebody random because your fucking neighbor pissed you off. If your neighbor pissed you off to the point where you have to murder somebody, murder your fucking neighbor, okay? Don't run into town and shoot me, okay? Because what the fuck? If you're gonna shoot anybody, shoot the fucking thing of your... Shoot the source of your problems, okay? Don't go on some massacre like, oh my God, my parents beat me, so I'm gonna go shoot up my school. No, kill your parents, for the love of God, okay? That way, when people don't do anything and they're innocent, they're not just flipping burgers and get shot. Because if I get shot at my job, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed, it's gonna be unfucking believable. I'm gonna rip somebody's goddamn head off with my hands if I get the chance, and I'll lose my fucking shit. But yeah, so it's just like, I can only imagine that happens in real life, how pissed people are. So yeah, people, don't shoot random people. If you're gonna go rob someplace, take the money, don't shoot anybody. Don't be a fucking dick. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an absolute idiot fucking dumbass dick. You know what I mean? Don't be a fucking piece of shit, okay? Because if it happened to you, you'd be fucking crying yourself to the fucking baboon laboratory. Like, oh my God, I'm so dumb and stupid. Oh, look at me, I'm just fucking autistic. It's like, yeah, just don't, you know, kill the source of your problems. You know? And if you're robbing somebody, you don't have to kill them, okay? That way, innocent people don't have to worry about just getting a bullet randomly, okay? If you kill people that are responsible for your problems, then that means the dicks of the world, your parents that beat you, they should look out for getting shot. Not innocent people. Us innocent people shouldn't have to worry about, oh, am I going to get shot by somebody random for no reason because they're mad at their fucking dad? Like, no, shoot the fucking whoever you're mad at, okay? That way the innocent people can chill, and we have a reason for being innocent, and and it's a whole thing. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. That way the dicks can get punished for being dicks, and the nice people can be rewarded for being nice, and it's like, God damn it, people, figure it the fuck out. You're all NPCs, okay? Just fucking figure it out. Get better coding. Go fuck yourself. Like, do whatever you need to do to just be fucking normal, okay? I can see through your coding. You're not a good NPC when you're just dumb as rocks, okay? If you're trying to make the NPCs blend in, make them a little bit smarter. A little bit less sucking dick about it. I don't know, dude. I can go on forever. I'm just being a dick. I'm just being an idiot. I'm having too much fun. Anyways, dude. That was 17 missiles in 7 seconds. But even better, it was 17 illegally dangerous missiles shot towards a bunch of innocent civilians in under 10 seconds. Because that's the world we live in now. They're just like, hey, you want to see this YouTube video of this new rocket launcher that Russia has? Like, you can't even be near this thing. Like, it fires and the field's on fire around it. Like, it's such a destructive weapon that you can't even be around it. They're like, now for this demonstration, though, I know it is a demonstration, but we are going to shoot it at civilians, though, just to give you a full demonstration. Jesus Christ, Internet. God damn it, Internet. It's like, this is what Vladimir Putin does every day. Like, he gets up in the morning and he's just like, alright, whose life are we going to ruin today? What does it say? Bomb a church. Bomb a church it is, guys. Alright, what is it tomorrow? Another war crime. Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll have to be clever about it this time. You know what I mean? I don't know, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. You know that. You know that. You know I don't make good choices, okay? So for the demonstration, we are going to use it on children. But that's just part of, you know, wouldn't be a demonstration without that. Stop. I'm totally gonna sound like an idiot for saying this, probably. But how come every song that I hear in, like, Russian, how come every song that I hear in that language just sounds like it's being sung by Dracula? Like, and it's not even that language, but it's just like, you know, it's like not every time I hear it spoken it sounds like Dracula, but just like every time there's a song, it sounds like a Dracula musical. From, like, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I can't believe this song just tried to chime in right here. Thomas, wie grubiert schlappig das mein Herz. Flausbund. Spraechliege. Stabbing me in my vagina. I swear to God, that's what he just said. Stabbing me in my vagina. Japanese. I suck on these. I'm screaming suck on these heights. Shabbading my zoinks. Stooby flocking my zoobies on my zooby Scooby Doo. Rockin' zabbidoos in fababaklak flabbideed. Next on my nads, grab me my butt, suck my dong. Woo, suck my dong, my summer. Wundi Fabia Transylvania, suck my blood. Dash my window, suck and penis, eat my blood. I have a headache now. I did this to myself. I did this to myself. I don't really have a headache, but I just have a mental exhaustion with myself as a person. I'll put it that way. I have to live with me, okay? If you look at me and you're just like, oh God, here's Kyle again. I have to live with me. How do you think I feel? But, with that being said, the Ukrainians won the war. And I'm going to show you proof of that right now. So I was just, you know, friggin' parading the internet. I was just gliding around the internet, you know, minding my own fucking business. And then I saw this.
Доброго ранку, ми з Миколаєва. А Миколаїв – це Україна. Хочу показати в даному відео. Нам зробили подарунок.
You hear the Russian language spoken, and you're like, oh my God, terrifying. You hear the Russian language sang, and you're like, that is Dracula. Why is Dracula, like, singing? But I know that it's him. Okay. But I saw this vehicle. Vehicle of destruction.
Керівник області взяв це до уваги І зробив патрульний поліції Миколаївської області ось такий подаруночок.
So I saw that. They literally just murdered a convoy of fucking tanks and like stole a tank's turret and just put it on the back of their Beamer. And they just have a functioning fucking like minigun on the back of their Beamer. So I was like, alright, Russia, now you can actually go home. I know that everybody's been telling you to go home and to fuck off and, you know, it's not your business, but so you lost. As soon as I saw this BMW with a fucking turret on it, I was like, yep, the Russians can go home now. Ukraine won. You lost. You can go home now, because Ukraine won. That is them winning.